Hey everyone, today we have a warder. A warder is the soldier shaman combination of classes, and I'm doing something kind of based off of something I saw on the Grim Dawn forum and mixing it with my own thing, and um, I'm going to be doing another variation of this build in this video after I do the demonstration uh, to try and do something that is not just this build, this setup. But this setup is actually working pretty not bad. And the key thing here, and the key thing that saves us a lot of points, is using the Mistborn Talisman's Troll Rage ability. And Troll Rage functions much like Savagery in that every time you land a hit, you build up charges until you get 7 charges. And when you get 7 charges, you actually get quite a nice attack speed buff and physical damage and weapon percent. You just get a nice buff to your character. The more hits you land, and because of that, we don't actually need a lot of abilities going on. We're mostly relying on our main attack, so we're adding in brute force for this to synergize pretty well with the troll rage ability, and this gives us lightning damage and percent physical damage, 1 point in the feral hunger just to get through it, and then I maxed out upheaval because of the lightning damage. I went all the way deep on the Shaman side of things for Stormcaller's Pact, and then 1 point in Mogdragon's Pact, and Heart of the Wild, and Oakskin, because those are 1-point wonders, as I mentioned in the previous video. Also on the 1-point wonder side of things, or at least 1-pointer, I don't know if they'd be wonders really, but on the 1-pointer side of things as well, we have Markovian's Advantage, Fighting Spirit, Maynard's Will, and Veterancy. And Blitz. Blitz is definitely a 1-point wonder. I also put 10 points into 9 points into military conditioning, and maxed out field command, maxed out decorated soldier. So all these abilities, except for Blitz, are going to be passives that make us really, really tough. And then these abilities are going to make us more toughness. And then, we got our attack here. So the basics of this build are just walk up to things and hit it. Because like I said, we're using the Mistborn Talisman. Our weapon is Alvarek's Rebuke, and we're using lightning here instead of physical. And I know that if you build this with physical, you can actually just get a lot of damage out of it anyways. But I really wanted to build it up as something that took advantage of conversion, in addition to being build physical, build lightning. So Alvarek's Rebuke gives us 33% physical damage converted to lightning. We also get 10% from the Amber, but also we have 15% from Stormcaller's Pact. All in all, taken all together, that's just a lot of lightning damage to be smacking enemies with our basic attacks. The gear on our character otherwise is, because this is sort of another, not main build I'm using, I'm pretty much trying to fill in slots with good stuff, which is why I didn't craft anything. It's all epic. So, anyways, Wild Collar, I'm using the helmet and the chest piece from the Wild Collar set because it's physical and lightning. And it's funny that the weapon from that set is actually a 2-hander, and you could just replace it with an upgrade of Alvarek's Rebuke, and it's basically like Wild Collar Plus at this point, because you're still technically getting most of the bonuses out of it, but with this weapon included. I'm using Hulking Leg Guards on this character because she's one of the few characters I have that can actually break into the 700 zone for physique. Warpath Girdle because +1 all soldier skills, and the attack speed is nice, crit damage is nice. Tempest Sigil is the obvious metal to go with here with the 2 lodestone on it. Shell Shock Epaulets for shoulders. Thunder Touch Bracers are your go-to bracers for this. Desecrator Treads because they're just good boots. And then I have the full Royal Exuberance set for its +1 to all skills, the percents to its stats, and everything is pretty much great for a quick ring amulet item set to just give you bonuses for a warrior mage type, which this character definitely is. And yeah, we do have our physical damage is not bad, and then our lightning damage is pretty good as well, and thanks to our conversion, it just makes it a really hard-hitting lightning attack. The build I'm possibly going to also try in this video is going to be taking these points from Brute Force and its two abilities and putting them into Primal Strike. And before I go out, I want to note that once more points become available, this build, I would actually prefer it to be using Savagery with Storm Touched, because that's basically what Troll Rage gives you, and it gives you a whole hell of a lot more on top of that. And then using Primal Strike as well. So we are going to go to a place to hit things with a giant electronic mace. Okay, so I decided to run the Aether Amalgamation because there's enough lead up to it that I could sort of point out some things with this setup. And it's actually kind of a not bad boss. Yeah, the Flesh Dwarf Deadeyes are almost always my first target with this guy because... Okay, there aren't that many. I don't know why. They just seem to deal a lot of damage to me. But as you can see, this build is pretty solid in terms of survivability. I mean, it did take a lot of damage in there, but there were a lot of guys in there. So it's pretty solid in terms of survivability, in addition to having a whole lot of attacks going on. And despite the fact you're going to see a lot of, like, its OA does go down a lot, but it's like you're still going to see plenty of crits. And because of how Stormcolor's pact is, you'll actually see big crits. Because it's actually not that bad to have the OA go down a bit. And if you gear correctly, if you gear a little better than I'm geared, you can actually make up for your lost offensive ability. It's also not difficult to maintain the Troll Rage buff. And you will see me drop it occasionally, but that's only because I'm like you'll always drop buffs like that in between groups of enemies. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's almost gone, but we're still going to be able to handle things in here. Now I also do have the Empowered Lightning Nova on this character because it's just a handy ability. Like, it's great for leveling up a character, but it is also going to be a good, like, on command crowd clearer if you need it. Now the Amalgamation, I want it out of the door just a little bit before I run into it. Oh man. Yeah, I should have pulled away there instead of taking those hits, but it's fine. We're fine. 2 potions is not that bad against a monster, a boss level monster. Yeah, Aether resistance would have solved that problem easily. Yeah, so that was a quick demo for this build, and I'm going to go do a quick switch of some skills, and we'll see how the second ability in my brain, that's in my brain right now and I haven't actually played with at all, works out. And we're just going to be in the steps for a little bit. I don't know if I'll go all the way down to Zarthazellan, but we'll definitely try to lay on the speed here. So this particular setup, I'm looking to use Troll Rage for the most part, but also work in Primal Strikes. Why did I just get nailed there? Oh, I think he swiped me with his claws. In addition to having to deal with stupid undead stuff. I think I got swiped by claws. Now this particular setup I think would be best to use with Primal Strike in its cooldown formation with Savagery as your main attack, but I don't actually have the points for Savagery to be built up right now, which is why I'm using Troll Rage. So this would be mostly about maintaining your Troll Rage buff while trying to work in as many Primal Strikes as you can while not like losing too many on the Troll Rages. And it's working out not bad. Like I said, this build was just in my head, so I haven't even, like, this is the first time playing this concept. And it seems to work pretty well because of the lightning bolts that you can get popping off of Primal Strike. And also, I want to point out something. I apologize profusely if my clicking is really loud right now, because my mouse I've been using since forever recently broke. So, I'm very much upset about that. And I'm very much annoyed that I have this like really loud laptop mouse. Eh, screw that guy. Yeah, it's annoyed me a lot when it actually broke. So yeah, I kind of hate the mouse I'm using right now, and it just seems like it's really loud. Like I can hear it through my headphones. I know I don't have like noise canceling headphones, but still. Anyways, there are a lot of builds you can do with the warder, and I did kind of want to do one with the Farmstead Liberator, because it's one of those cool looking weapons that like I really wanted to use ever since I got a hold of one. But the problem is, okay, the problem here is the stupid Deathbolt archers deal tons of damage. Ugh. This is just obnoxious stuff. Just look at, it's just all obnoxious in here. Warlock. Oh look, more obnoxiousness. Just like warlocks and Deathbolt archers. And pillars. Okay, yeah. So there are actually a lot of warder builds you can go with, including a bleeding build, which would be Farmstead Liberator, which is what I wanted to do initially, which was something like use savagery to build up my bleed damage and then turn around and use Blade Arc with savagery sound like it's really, really brutal together. But it's basically the same concept that this is working with. You use savagery or troll rage to sort of build up stacks of stuff, and then when you're attacking real fast and real hard, you can just use your big damage dealer to just clear the field. And then you have a lot of toughness just from raw hit points. Like, you do see me take a lot of damage, but when you really think about it, it's like I'm not taking all that much because or I am taking a lot, but it's like I'm not at risk of death if my health is halved. Because, like, I have characters that have half this character's health. And it's like it's not as bad for them. Or, I mean, like, they excuse me, they survive a lot. But yeah, if I were to really go in and build this character up, I would definitely want a lot of +2 offensive ability stuff, because I am noticing this character is missing a bit. And Troll Rage is actually one of those abilities that will make you miss, because it does lower your offensive ability as you use it. But it's like you're attacking so much and so like you just hit so hard that um, it's not gonna matter as much, in all honesty. I think the next concept build I'm going to be doing is I want to finish off my shamans, so we're going to be doing either a trickster or an elementalist next. I haven't decided which. The elementalist is probably going to be a Stunjax character. And I have no idea what the trickster is going to be. But, like, my first inclination is to do lightning. Or not lightning, bleeding damage. But I already did a bleeding damage character. So it's like I have to decide what I want to do with it. Priests, where are the priests? Where are the priests? Stupid ass priests. I hate you priests. Stop attacking the main bad guy because there are priests in here. And done. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ooh, we got an arcane lens out of the deal too. So that was a lightning-based troll rage and warder. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I need to mention that next week though I'm sort of prepping for the show on November 7th to sell stuff, and I may not be able to get on Grim Dawn a lot, which means I'm probably not going to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday build stuff. I'm going to try for it, but if there's no video on those days, that's the reason why. I'm probably assholes and elbows working on stuff. So yeah, that's the only thing I need to share for next week. And yep, up next will be an elementalist or a trickster. Oh, of course, if Devotion drops next week, I'll probably do a ton of videos on it. So, yeah, you can expect that for Devotion, though. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.